Hi, Dr. Tanya Farron here, talking to you about my book, Raising the Well-Adjusted Child, A Parent's Manual. We've been doing some readings on the chapters in here. We're on chapter 3 right now, nurturing, forming strong connections. And so inside this section, there's a section about communicating with your child. And remember, as I go through this, I talk about kids at all different age ranges. So the early years, the elementary years, and the high school years. And so there's a lot of things that are covered within this chapter. But I want you to think about this communication with your children at any age. Interact with your child or your infant, whatever age your child is. Put your phone down. Turn off your tablet. Turn off the laptop. Turn off the TV. Spend time with your child, whether it's singing, dancing, going for a walk. Pay attention to them. Listen to those words again. Pay attention to them. Look at them. Watch them. What are they doing? Giggle and laugh together. It's so important to have fun with your kids. Take a walk in the yard. Point out trees, squirrels, and birds. I know that sounds kind of funny, but sit outside with your teenager even too, and watch the interactions of wildlife in your area and have a conversation about it. Make up a story. There's so many ideas and things you can do. From the very beginning of their life, your child learns as you speak to them. They love the sound of your voice because it inherently is comforting to them. They learn language through your words. You're teaching them how to form words for the first time you speak to them. They read your facial expressions and they mimic them as a child. And each of these positive interactions will create beautiful memories between you and your child. And so the rest of this section here goes into, really modeling that behavior of communication in the early years and then talking about it as they get a little bit older. It's important that you speak to your child as you are spoken to or you like to be spoken to. And then it goes into a little bit older age of kids. Now, one of the things I want to talk about is really important is keeping those lines of communication open between you and your kids. This is increasingly important as your kids become teenagers. So even if your kids are teens, start opening that line of communication, start spending a little bit of time talking to them. So keep the lines of communication open between you and your kids. Listen to their stories and stay connected with them. There is a fine line between parenting a teen and being their friend, and really at any age. So be sure to listen to what they have to say without condoning any risky or inappropriate behaviors. You can still laugh and have fun with your teen, but remember that you are their parent. Though you may feel differently now, you don't want to be their friend. As a parent, you're required to guide your child through life, which will probably include disciplining them at certain points, and we'll get into that in other chapters. Therefore, maintaining a strong boundary of being a parent is essential. However, remember to continue cultivating a healthy relationship with your child so they are able to come to you with any problems, concerns, or desires. Keep in mind that you will make mistakes. Lord knows I have made plenty of mistakes as a parent. Try your best to forgive yourself when parenting mishaps can occur. Get to know the families of your child's friends. Having conversations with their parents will allow you to get a feel for whether or not this relationship is a positive one for your child. Staying in regular communication with other parents ensures that you're aware of your child's behaviors. For instance, your teen may not be truthful about their whereabouts, so maintaining contact with other parents allows you to check up on them. And these situations, trust your gut. Your instincts are more reliable than you think. And so I think it's important that we realize that we keep that conversation and communication open with our kids. And I'll talk about some different ways that you can open the doors of communication with your kids down the road. But it's very important to do that. That is something that you're going to want to keep available for you. And so I give a little tip in here. There's a Q&A section. How do you stay calm when your child asks you about a risky situation they've encountered? And that's a hard thing. A lot of parents say, well, when they tell me something, I react, and then it shuts them down. So let's try this step. Take a deep breath in, listen to what they have to say, and let them know you need time to contemplate the situation. Just give yourself a few minutes, maybe an evening, maybe an afternoon. Some decisions you have to make very quickly, but sometimes you might need a few minutes, a day, an evening, talk to somebody else. How should I respond to this? I want to keep the lines of communication open between me and my child, but I feel very strongly against what they're doing, okay? And so taking some time and doing that. Keep the conversational door open. As an educator, one of my most commonly used phrases to parents is, keep your children talking to you. Listen to what they have to say with empathy. It might be tricky to walk the line between parent and friend, but ultimately, it is your job to be the parent. So offer advice, keep the lines of communication open, and maintain healthy boundaries. So those are just some important pieces. And then I've given some tips in this box here of some different ways that you can communicate with your teen. And then let's go into this very back section here again and looking at the questions that are in the back of the book for you to do that. And so there is a great question back here. What is the best way for you to communicate with your child? How do you hold conversations with them? Now, this is definitely going to change as your child ages, grows. You're going to communicate with them differently when they were 2 to when they're 5 to when they're 10 to when they're 18 years old. And so you may be coming back to that question a couple of different times to see how you can best communicate with your child. So stay tuned with us as we dig into this some more. Also go to Creative Living Ideas website. You can check out the parent-to-parent sessions that I have. I offer them quarterly where we get together with a group of parents and we talk about and break down this book and talk about other parenting things. So I'm so excited to be on this parenting journey with you. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, liking it, sharing it out, and joining us on your parenting journey. You know what? Just the fact that you're watching this video means you're taking the right step in the right direction to improve your parenting practice. So I know you're going to do great on this. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.